Like the AEW faction PJR that we have done before, and you'll notice our clothes are the same, and that doesn't mean that we record them the same night. No, because you're seeing this a whole other week later. We are looking at three of the guys in WWE factions right now that are, I think, on like the lower end of wrestling ability in terms of their faction mates. Of course, this edition of PJR has us looking at three guys: Ridge Holland, Dominik Mysterio, and Solo Sikoa. In all honesty, Juice, compared to their stablemates, all these guys are relatively low on the totem pole in terms of their exposure to WWE audiences and how much they've accomplished in their WWE careers.
You can't really debate that at all. They're the odd man out for sure in their respective factions. And I'll be honest, they're also not my favorite guys, but we're still gonna do push shove release because it's not like I don't like them too.
There's only one guy on this list that I really don't like, in all honesty.
Who, Ridge?
Yes.
Just because the Big E thing.
No, it's not just because of the big thing, in all honesty. I don't know. I haven't really connected with him, in all honesty. And he's in a
Despite him being a meaty man.
Despite him being a meaty man, yes. But in the stable that he's in, I just love the other two guys like infinitely more.
That's fair. I definitely like them a lot more. To me, Ridge is, I don't not like him, but I'm just like, if he was released in real life, I wouldn't be that upset over it. But he's got a good look, and I actually do at times. I do like the pairing between him and Pete, and he's done. I think he is good. I think he is talented, has potential, and I think he will get me more invested. But I still release him. I'm still releasing him. If you ask this PGR before December, before the emergence of Prison Dom, my answer would have been my job is Ridge. But Prison Dom is Dominik Mysterio has become, he was hated for being bad before. Now he's hated because he's just embracing it. He's embracing it so well. And those Thanksgiving Day and Christmas Day little exclusive videos released, like I watched them both on the holidays on my drive homes from the holidays and just cracking up laughing in the car. Prison Dom reminds me of Prison Mike from The Office, big Office fan. I love it. I'm on board. Be Prison Dom. Him talking about how like his experience in prison when he's in prison for 3 hours is just amazing. He's doing a great job at it too. He just knows it's ridiculous. He's embracing it. He's doing a good job, and he's getting more comfortable. I think this is actually this goofy character is making him more comfortable and making him better. And I think when he goes back to more serious characters, I think it'll help him in the long run. And he's also just getting better in the ring too. I think he's getting better shape, and he's got more stamina, and also he's doing less matches now too. So he's not getting worn out as much. So that's my job. And then my push is Solo, because I think that's a scary badass. That's his character, and he does it so well. And when Sami Zayn betrayed Roman Reigns at Royal Rumble, not WrestleMania, sorry, Royal Rumble, and Solo did the Samoan spike and the yell. Oh, that was intimidating. That scared me, man. I was watching on my TV. I'm like, damn, that's intimidating badass. And that was a cool moment. He said so many moments like that. Like, I think he will end up being one of the greatest enforcers in wrestling, because he's just that intimidating. He's not as tall as a Kevin Nash, but he's still so imposing. And I think he's just more intimidating to me than a Diesel or Nash, which I know that's the same person. That's what I'm saying. I just, he's a badass. That's my push, man. I think that's a guy that could be a very convincing world champion. Just a brutal man.
Yeah, I completely agree with the list that you just presented there too. Like I said, nothing against Ridge. I just think there hasn't been enough to really get me. Whereas when we talk about the condom, God, he is playing the little twerp character perfectly. He really akins me to one of your favorites, Juice. And I know like people often compare him to Eddie because he's Eddie's son, but Like the him and Rhea's dynamic really reminds me of the Eddie China dynamic, which I thought worked really well for its time. Like you had Eddie just like fawning and loving over China, and China was just this big beefy bruiser woman, and that is what Rhea Ripley is. A lot of people compare Rhea Ripley to China as well, both from the mannerism standpoint and how good they are in the ring. And of course, Solo just reminds me of Umaga, man. Like in the sense of his intensity, the moves he uses, for that matter, too. The run into the corner, the butt bump into the corner, and the Samoan spike. But like he is just phenomenal. Honestly, I think that it was a good call for WWE to bring them up when he did. He just went to NXT, dominated, got the NXT North American Championship, and then it was like, peace. I'm gonna go to the main roster. I'm gonna be with my boys. I'm gonna be with my bloodline. And he is the great enforcer for the bloodline in a faction that has Roman Reigns, who is God mode on top of the world, 900 plus days as champion. He is still somebody that's standing out and somebody that stock is getting very built up from being in this storyline. And I am super excited to see what Solo, Dom, and Ridge, for that matter, too, have coming up, because I feel like all three of them have very bright futures and a lot of opportunities in front of them in WWE. And if you agree with this PJR, you can let us know on social media. The links are below, but Juice, why don't you let the people know where they can find us?
Let me talk to you. You can type capital T, capital O, capital T, capital C, underscore, capital P, lowercase o, lowercase d. And then you go to the Instagram, you type T O T C underscore P O D, all lowercase.
Yes, and as we come crashing down to the mat on this video format of Top of the Cage, I want to thank you all so much for tuning in, and make sure you guys are continuing to like, rate, and subscribe to our channel. And as always, we thank you so much for tuning in, and we will catch you next time.